Ew. What's up, guys? Oh, the lighting's like super fucked. Hold on. Why is it so fucked up? Oh, it's still kind of fucked up. I don't know why the light is so fucked up. Apologies. What is, wow, it is like super weird. Why is it so weird? Okay, you know what? Is it like really different? Turn yourself up. Listen, I'm pretty sure I'm loud enough. White balance. Yeah, no, I know, but I'm trying to think what is fucking up the white balance. Because it's like the exact same brightness outside, right? Exact same brightness inside. So I'm trying to think what could be causing it. I mean, here, I can adjust it. One sec. Oh, there we go. That's way better. Okay. Still not perfect, but it's a lot better. What up, guys? This is your opportunity here again, as we are doing a maintenance. So it is your opportunity to tell me all the things that you don't like about, no, I'm just kidding. No, we're gonna do a Q&A again, as we have the last couple maintenances. For anybody wondering why we are doing a maintenance, we just have a few things that we need to get in. Oh, thank you, Neos. Just a few things we need to get in. It will be hopefully a very quick maintenance. It won't be as long as the last one. We had to do a quick reboot this morning for a couple of things, and yeah, it's a small one. Someone asked earlier why we're doing maintenance during EU time. It is 9:30 at night for EU time on a weekday. Obviously, and they were kind of saying like, why are you doing it during EU time and not during SA time? For SA, it is their 5:30. So this is when more of them are playing than EU. But in the end of the day, we usually do our maintenances when we're able to. In a perfect world, we will do them always like very late at night or very early in the morning, depending where you're from. However, we can't always do that. So also exclamation mark, whatever you guys are typing doesn't work. Just so you guys know, I should do slow mode again. Hold on. Slow mode 120. I think that worked. Hold on. So, or maybe it isn't slow mode already. Oh, it is already. Well, Godspeed. Godspeed, everybody. We have no plans currently for an EU server. No. I think both did both worlds have a full queue now today? I guess we're not at peak time yet. Peak time is in like an hour and a bit or a couple hours. Or I guess it's in like a couple hours. I want Ravendawn coffee mug. Yeah, stuff like merch has been requested a ton. Is there plans for a third server? There's not currently a plan for a third server, no. Again, to be clear, I assume you're talking about a third world because obviously like our channels are technically servers. But I assume you're talking about a third world. What is it? Oh, yes. What is the ETA on community houses? So I'm going to go through that today on stream. A lot of you guys have probably already seen the announcement. But I'm going to, go through our announcement on stream here. And you can see a lot of the reasons that we are rebooting, but sorry, give me one sec. I'm gonna go news. And I need to find a right way to capture this the correct way. So zoomed in. Oh yeah, it needs to be for the... Yeah, okay. Give me one sec, guys. Bear with me. Bear with me, bear with me. Sorry guys, I have to make sure I have my password manager closed in case, like, I'm not very good at like adding scenes and shit. I don't want to fuck up and like share my password manager. So I have to make sure everything is goddamn closed first. Oh, that's wrong. I did a new scene. See, this is why. Like, see, now this is window capture. If I click window capture, is that just going to capture any? I mean, I guess I don't have anything important open that shouldn't be. I just don't want to like accidentally leak a password or some shit, you know? I gotta be careful. I gotta be diligent. So give me 2 seconds. Let me just make sure. Okay, now I have nothing that anyone would give a fuck about. So that's probably all that matters. See, like, why does it automatically display the first window? What is that shit? Like that's outrageous to me. But anyways, is what it is. That just seems so crazy to me. I'm glad I closed all my shit. Well, 2 password managers, not a lot of shit, but you know, glad I closed it still. By the way, thank you so much to everyone that is in chat, like answering other people that like me, because so many people are asking like very basic questions, like everyone's age-old favorite, how to plant a potato. So I appreciate people that answer that for us. Okay guys, so we're gonna first, before I do questions, because I usually do questions and it drags on for forever, so we're gonna first get through the meat and potatoes, which is our news post. We just posted this as the servers went down. Really, we just wanted to kind of write about the first almost week. It hasn't been a week yet, but we are approaching a week, and now was kind of the best opportunity. So we wanted to chat a bit. We dubbed these our Tavern journals. They'll probably be like kind of just like updates for the community, whether sharing roadmaps, sharing certain numbers, whatever. This is our first one. And so we dubbed it Tavern Journal, the beginning to an epic adventure. So with that, I'm going to let you guys read through a lot of it on your own, but I'm going to kind of skim it as quick as possible. The official launch of Ravendawn has been an incredible journey. We've reached numbers of players and viewership on Twitch we never could have imagined in our wildest dreams. As of yesterday, I believe this actually isn't in 6 days. I believe this is 5 days. We you can only pull Twitch data like so frequently or something. I'm not 100% sure how it works. Or maybe it is of today. Or maybe it is of today. I'm not 100% sure. But we have passed 1.2 million unique viewers in the Ravendawn category alone. That doesn't include anyone who accidentally is in the wrong category or whatever, or just like watches our trailer. We surpassed over 1.5 million viewer hours, which is insane. Something we never could have imagined or dreamed of. Absolutely insane, guys. So thank you so much for that. Keep watching your favorite content creators. We might even have some new drops coming pretty soon. So if you're currently trying to get those current drops, watch creators. Make sure you grab them in time, okay? Also, to be clear, a couple people are saying that this is not this channel's unique viewers. This is our category. A few people are like, you don't have that. We don't. Sorry, this is the whole channel category. And this is just pulled public data. Like this, you can get on any API website with Twitch. We don't have like a special access to this. Or I mean, we might, but that's where we grab it from. So. But no, this is not our channel here. This does not have 1.5 million hours watched. However, with the massive growth came growing pains. While the first 5 days of launch, players experienced a lot of server lag issues, we're incredibly happy to have solved 99% of the lag issues in yesterday's maintenance. And the remaining issue, the world's lagging once every 30 minutes when the world's saved, we already know how to fix and are working ASAP. So yeah. I know most of you guys, we've probably gotten 1,000 tags on people just thanking us and being very excited about how smooth the game is now. A lot of people from like EU and South America saying like, okay, it wasn't just the connection to NA East. It was purely the fact that, that the servers were lagging, which is what I was trying to make sure people understood. With that, we are aware that every 30 minutes when the world's save, there is a hiccup of lag, and sometimes it can be quite bad. That is something we're already on top of. We're already fixing. It just takes a little bit of time. So again, be patient with us, like you guys were patient on our launch week with us, and trust that as we've shown, we will get it fixed and we will get it solved. And that is currently the only lag thing involved. Yeah, lag seems better today. Yeah, most people are getting virtually no lag except for when the world saves. Yeah. Despite these issues, player numbers have grown significantly every day since launch. Guys, this is insane to us. Very few games, let alone very few games launch and have their numbers go up every day. The fact that now both worlds are like reached at max capacity is insane to us and super flattering. And so, yeah, thank you for that. The fact that now Seraphine and Angerhor are nearly identical populations, both reaching near capacity is crazy for us to think about. It's something we never could have imagined. We are now excited to share with you what's next. So a lot of you guys already spoiled this because you already read ahead because we posted it. Add an overhead or pop up when world saves. Yeah, we've been considering that. There's some reasons why we won't. But you can time it as 30 minutes. Yeah. But we ideally will have this fixed, guys, in the next few days here. I mean, it takes a little bit longer to fix, because we have to kind of rewrite how it works. It's not really like fixing it. It's like changing it, if that makes more sense, because this system didn't have a problem when we had 2,000 people online or 3,000 people online. Right. So bundle is overpriced for Brazilians. Yeah, so it is priced the same as their supporter packs. If it is too expensive for you to get the cosmetics, then don't get the cosmetics. Like I understand that. I understand if something is like, you know, our supporter packs, people said the same thing. Like, oh, this is more than I can afford for like 7 cosmetics. Well, I get that's totally fine, guys. If you can't afford to get some cosmetics, that is super, super fair, guys. We're not forcing you to get this. You don't need to buy it to play the game. These are cosmetics. And unfortunately, we can't just always, yeah, you know. $210 is fine for, yeah, I know it, but there's going to be people that are like, oh, I can't afford it. And it's like, I understand that. And like at times in my life, I couldn't afford certain things, and that just meant I didn't get certain things, right? That's just the reality of being an adult, right? Yeah. You guys should regionalize prices. Yeah, so I talked about this in many live streams, but sorry, I was about to be really mean there. But we're a global game, so there's a reason why we don't have regional pricing, right? I'm sure you can get from one point to the next on why. How long is Ravendawn down? We expect it to be a 60-minute maintenance. I guess we're 20 minutes into it already. So your purchase was successful. Thank you so much for your support. As a Trailblazer supporter, Okay. It's already being leveraged. I was wondering if there are talks about war trade pack bonus being increased 10% seems too low as incentive. Absolutely. That is already kind of on our radar. Same with just like the frequency of safe zones is also kind of on our radar. But understand that we're tackling things in priority. Right now, community land is main priority for us, but there are a lot of changes we want to make, some stuff to fishing as well. There's a lot of things that we want to make, but it just takes time. So take care of yourself, mate. You are working hard, drink, workout, etc. Yeah, I'm actually very excited to hopefully work out today. I definitely miss doing something. Sorry, you're saying the cosmetic packs are pay to win. All right. we will do our best to meet your standards. Sorry, I don't know why I'm so snarky right now. This was like the first good night of sleep I've gotten. I think for most of our team, we all slept really good last night. Just knowing that kind of the war, I guess, that we had was, or the battle, I guess, was won. So I don't know why I'm being snarky, but when are we showing in-game data, total online? So guys, 99% of games do not show login numbers or any of that shit. We understand that Tibia does, but we're not trying to do everything the same that Tibia does. To be clear, we understand that a lot of you guys come from Tibia and you just expect kind of things like this. But most games in the world do not show this. We probably will share some stuff in like a week or so. We've already kind of talked about what we want to share. So we very well may share exactly numbers with you guys in like a week. But we're not right now planning to post like on the website bragging about our player numbers. I can tell you, it is there is a video by the Tank Club, the Tank Club, right? Hold on, let me. Let me see. Yeah, the Tank Club. It's called Here's Why Ravendawn is the Next Big MMO. If you are curious on our player numbers, he got it incredibly close. So you can go and watch that video. Do you have stats so people can see what mobs are killed the most? These are things that we would love to share in the future. We do collect this data. Right now we don't have like it like auto posted on the website or anything like that. But this is stuff that we would love to share. We'll probably do like a monthly like recap and stuff because that kind of data is fun. But yeah. Nighter, we love you. Can we get more drops? Yeah, I actually talked about that earlier. We will have more drops coming soon. I love how all of these streams are always a combination of half people asking for another server and half people crying to not make another server. I assume what it is then people want a new server. It's because they just want to start. They want a fresh start. The other half are crying because they have like land or whatever. And they're like, I don't want anyone to leave my server. Yeah. Why are Raven packs in the cash shop? Isn't that pay to win? This is a big misconception. Well, not really big, but they are not, the currency that is used for them are not purchasable through the cash shop. Down essence are only obtained in game, and we do not plan to change that. The reason why they're in the cash shop is because it is much simpler from an implementation side when we have a system that is like globally accessed. So wherever you are, you can use it, unlike an NPC, to just add the checkout method in the same or model basically. This is something that we probably or we could have spent like another week to make its own whole setup. And we probably will do that in the near future, because there's a lot of people that they watch a streamer, they open up the shop and they see Raven packs and they're like, listen, we get it. Like, you put one and one together and you get two. But that is obviously super misleading and something that probably hurts us. We knew that wouldn't be great, but we were like, for the amount of time and whatever, like, it's probably fine. I don't think most people are going to run away with that, but there are some people that do. And obviously, as more, we got a lot more eyes on us than we ever expected. That comes with it, right? Because to be fair, like, it is logically, it seems like it is in the cash shop. So we understand when people get that mistaken. And that is a mistake by us, obviously. So we will probably move it into its own window in the near future here. Can you talk about some plans for fishing? Yeah, we plan to, right. Okay, I'm going to say this. We plan to. This might change. We're running lots of data on it, but right now we're leaning towards there will probably be a buff to early game fishing, because it does feel very weak early game, where it is very viable later in the game. And a lot of people don't even give it its fair shake because of that. But again, to be clear, we're still going through some data on it, and we might change our opinions. We might be like, okay, it's maybe worth the slow start. But that is what we're leaning towards. And also, again, lots of people have mentioned kind of with war zones having a higher bonus for trade packs, and also some stuff just with how often zones are in war. And that is 100% on our radar. There's a few different things we're looking at doing with that. Obviously, the simplest one is a higher bonus on the Warzone channel. But on the non-Warzone channels, you guys got to remember that there's a reason they're not Warzone channels, right? We want people to also be able to play the game without this constant fear of PvP. Some people just don't love PvP in MMOs, and we don't want to say that those players should not be playing Ravendawn, because Ravendawn has a lot of really good PvE to offer as well. However, we do agree right now that there is an issue with like 9 zones in a row, or even like 4 or 5 zones in a row, all being peace at the same time. So we have a few ideas on how we might handle that. Maybe we will make it where there is a higher chance that if a zone is connected to a peace zone, that it has a higher chance of being PvP. Maybe we will just make a blanket increase on how often zones are in PvP and be like, okay, if someone finds a peace route, it happens. But looking to have that be really rare. So it's not like people can just like play 8 hours and be like, okay, I'll play 8 hours and I'll find that opportunity. It'd be like kind of like spotting a unicorn or whatever. But regardless, there's kind of a couple options there that we will explore. Please make the world round, not flat. I have no clue what you mean by that. Can you share who's the highest level on your server? We check this data pretty much every day. We track a lot of stuff. We track like silver gain and silver spent. We track profession levels. We track gear progression. We track levels. We check all this stuff. I have not checked what it is today, because I don't check that daily. It's part of a game design team that does it. Like, kind of, they're more like the progression team. Like, they measure progress and fine tuning that. So I unfortunately don't have that number for you right now. But if you ask me on a day that I do have that number, then I will share it. No, keep it flat. I hate globes. I think you're just talking about the world map. I can't sleep because of Ravendawn. Yeah, you shouldn't sleep, Pat. Netter, please, for the love of God, tell us which pirate event spawns a Jolly Roger flag. Either it's bugged or you guys are trolling. I assure you we're not trolling. However, there are some things that you will experience in the game as you get higher level that will not just be as super obvious. We generally feel like it's important to point people in the right direction. But sometimes we feel it's okay to point them less in the right direction. Especially when it comes to stuff that is like elective on the side, like artifacts. We are very, especially as you get to later game, guys, there are going to be things you guys might pull your hair out trying to figure out or find. We're okay with that. We've always said the early game progression, we want it to be very linear in this. Well, not linear necessarily, but we want there to be like it. We don't want people like at level 5 be like, I don't know what to do now, or I don't know where to go next. And while we haven't done that perfectly, and there are sometimes people that are confused, generally it's because they don't read the tutorial. We know most people don't read tutorials, so we usually try to like make it all also like visually obvious, but sometimes that also doesn't work. But as you get later in the game, you'll find more things that are like you might have to think about, or you might have to explore or try different things. And couple things I'd like to see: a battle list and party list. We have both. An optional channel to log into prior to logging into the game, so you don't need to reconnect to play with friends. Totally agree. Have a larger range on map clicks. We probably won't do that. There are many reasons for that. I love the open communication with the community. Keep up the great work. Thank you. Appreciate that. Can we get better zoom on map? That is also on our to-do list. Guys, I got to be honest. We have like hundreds of things that we want to do and improve. That are things that like throughout open betas and stuff didn't really come up as much because we just didn't have as many like new players, right? You got to remember that like 90, I don't know, like 7 or 98%, maybe it's 99% of our players are like new players. We do have, of course, like people that played the open betas and alphas. Like, yeah, this is such a micro fraction of the player numbers that we have. So we have a lot of new players that are like, oh, like this would be really nice, or oh, this doesn't really make sense to me, and stuff that you kind of lose when you have someone who's played like 4 alphas or 5 alphas and 2 open betas. You kind of lose that because those guys know these things, and so you as developers, you don't really hear like those common new people complaints, and we obviously don't have them either because we know how certain things work. So there's a lot of things that people have suggested and wanted, and they're on a list. We go through it in order of importance. So if we think something's like super just quality of life, like I want to zoom more on my map, that will be lower on the list. Whereas like adding houses to community land, that is top of the list, right? That's kind of how we evaluate the things we do, and we work through that list. So there are many things that you guys, like there's things people have asked, and it go like 2 days go by and they're like, oh my God, I asked this. They're not listening to me. You know what I mean? It's like, no, we are. It's just like we sometimes can't implement your quality of life feature in 2 days, or we just have other things that we're working on, right? So. Why does the game have regional prices, but you guys don't think about globalizing your income? I have no idea what that meant, because we don't have regional prices and we are globalizing our income. So I don't know if you flip that backwards, which would also not make sense. So I'm very confused. Okay, I got another person asking about regional pricing. It is quite obvious, guys, why when we have a global server, we cannot do regionalized pricing. I get it that regional-based games that like blacklist people from other regions, I understand why they do regionalized pricing. Listen, it's a cosmetic bundle. If you can't buy it, then don't buy it. I don't, their price is the exact same as our supporter packs for price, guys. Actually, I think even a bit cheaper. I understand that some people can't buy a cosmetic bundle with cosmetic for their ship, MOA, wagon, Discord, house decoration. I understand that you can't buy the biggest bundle, and that is totally fair. There was times in my life where, and still, like there's certain things that I'm just like, I can't buy that, or it just doesn't make sense for me to buy that, and I just don't buy that. I'm really sorry if you can't, but yeah, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry if you can't buy it, but it is fully optional. You don't have to buy it to play the game. It is not even like Patreon. There's a reason why our Patreon is priced at $7.99, but I understand if you can't buy a bundle of cosmetics. I just mentioned, if you are curious on rough player numbers, we will definitely probably share that in like a week or so. Actually, I won't say that. We'll probably share that at some point. But there's a reason, like most games don't have their concurrent players every minute online like a game like Tibia does. It's cool that they've done that for 30 years, but that is not common in games. However, if you are really, really curious and you want to go through a little investigative search, the Tank Club made a video on us. It was a really flattering video, by the way. So if they're watching, thank you. But they got it very, very close at the time of when they had that data, which I think was from like 2 days ago. But yes. Market bots. Yeah. So we, with this maintenance, if you check in the news post, which I haven't even gone through, oh my God, I'm sorry. I always do this where I get caught up with questions. We are implementing a minimum level to use the global chat. We obviously didn't have a fuck ton of RMT and gold sellers in open beta. And obviously that's something that was a hindsight for us to not add the minimum level to global chat. We just, again, we implemented global chat and we never had a real issue with it. So we didn't ever have a real issue with it. And so it just kind of slipped our mind. But so we added a minimum level because we've been banning a shit ton, guys. Like, we have a guy that is literally, well, multiple, but one is very vigilant, that is just banning people for different things. You got to understand that we are we're quite a big game for our size of studio, or we are an incredibly big game for our size of studio. And with that, we are massively banning. But in the end of the day, when someone can just make a new character and talk in the chat again, like, it's very hard to keep up with that, right? Especially because they'll get one message in before we get a chance to ban them, right? So with that, adding the minimum level will help a ton. Yeah, thank you for just dealing with that. I know it was annoying. And it was annoying for us, right? We don't want to be spending our whole day dealing with RMT shit. It's a huge drain for us, right? And it's not what we want to be working on. Yeah. In the future, can we trade Raven cards? Probably not. The reason why is because obviously this leads to some obvious problems with allowing Raven cards to be traded. Because it'll be like a massive target for RMT. And that is the same reason why we don't sell Raven cards. But yeah, can I make Ravendawn stuff and sell it on Etsy without getting sued? Yeah, so we have no problem if you like want to make a little Etsy store and sell some stuff. We would just like, obviously if you're trying to like build a company around selling our merch, that would be a different case. But if you're like making some stuff at home or whatever, that's obviously not a problem. But we obviously, if someone was like started like selling hoodies and mouse pads and if all that stuff with like Ravendawn logos and stuff, we'd probably do something, or we would do something. But if you have a little Etsy store and you're making some cool things and stuff, like, please don't think that's just not. If anything, it's just cool and you're spreading the word, and honestly share it with us because we'd love to see the stuff. Maybe we'll buy some stuff from it. So any plans on fixing the event EXP crystals? Yeah, so we talk about that here. I'm going to go through this because so many people are asking literally what we posted, and I get it. We went live as soon as we posted this, so I get that that many people haven't like read it, and I did say I was going to go through it. So a lot of people are probably like, so okay, next. Roadmap, what's next? Looking towards the horizon, we are excited to share with you our roadmap, which shares the main features that will be introduced to the world of Ravendawn in the upcoming months. We understand many players love having dates on roadmaps. However, we have seen that this is frequently used in the MMORPG industry to overpromise and miss deadlines with an attempt to drive hype, only to continue to lose the trust of the community as deadlines are missed. Our team prefers to underpromise and overdeliver. With this, we do not give specific dates until the new feature, system, or content has gone through the full QA process, so that we do not promise dates to try, hype, I don't know what that's a mistake. Only to possibly miss them. To try and drive hype is how it should be. When we provide a date, it is a date we will do everything we can to commit to. So really, guys, this just goes into the fact that this is a genuine tactic. Sometimes they know that there are dates they cannot meet, but they post them just because they know keep hype going and drive hype, and then they miss them. And then with time, it destroys their connection to the community. And sometimes it's worth it for them, right? Sometimes it's like, we don't see the long-term anyways. We're going to go into maintenance mode, or we're going to downscale the team anyway. So let's just keep the hype going for a few months and FOMO the shit out of them. We don't think that is conductive to a long-term model for a game or for a community. So with that, unfortunately, we do not post dates. And we've never done this. Even when people asked us in the past, like, when is this test phase? When's that? We've always said, like, once it's ready, and we will announce it then. We think this is very important. It avoids massive crunch times constantly. It avoids, it avoids missing deadlines. Cause sometimes, like, you have something done and you're like, oh, it's easy, no problem. And it goes through the QA process like, oh, this whole thing doesn't work at all. We have to completely do it from scratch. It's actually gonna take 10 times longer. That shit happens. And that's why we feel it's important that whether it has gone through the full QA process or we have very clearly from the QA, like, okay, this is already feeling pretty good. It's not gonna need an entire revamp. And then we feel comfortable sharing the date. We will always try and share dates as early as possible. Right now, we are just working so much and there are so many things we're tackling that the time frame that you'll know before we introduce something will be very small. Sometimes it'll be like, oh, we're patching this in today, just so you know, like we did with the community land buff and like we will be this week with a few things. But definitely in the future, we will do like more consistent, like here's the weekly patch, here are all the changes coming, get excited, you know, stuff like that. But right now, like our goal is to do patches like every day. One thing I need you guys to also understand is the reason why we're doing daily mains is because there's just improvements and fixes that we want to get in the game immediately. We don't want to wait a week while you guys are all banging your heads against the wall because Bandit is bugging your UI or community land could really be buffed and it sucks right now. We don't want you guys to have to wait a week or 2 weeks or a month for us to get these things in. And so I understand that not being able to play for an hour sucks, especially if you don't have a lot of time in the day. I totally get that. But in the end of the day, we're doing it because we think the net positive is better for the player and the better for the player experience. So that is why we do them. Please don't think we go into maintenance just to like, I don't know, like not work for an, I don't know why else someone would go in maintenance, but I think some people like sometimes think that they're like, oh, they're going into maintenance. This is the worst. Like, why do they hate us or whatever? It is because there are just things that we want to get in as soon as possible. Otherwise we wait a week, right? And do less maintenances, but we feel like the net positive, or it's more net positive if we do the maintenance because it's things that people want in general, right? PJ or whatever your name is, asking people to spam what you want is not going to work, and we're just going to block you. So okay, I got to keep going. Will the game ever have more than 2 Raven cards per skill? Absolutely. We'll definitely have more Raven cards coming in the future. Okay, let me go into the roadmap here. Okay, sorry, this is like kind of small on your guys' screen, so I apologize. I'm gonna zoom in as much as possible. All right, guys, here is our current roadmap. I'm going to talk a little bit about each of these really quickly, guys. Northern Steps is just a huge piece of content to the north. We lock that on release. It will be unlocked. And by the way, this is technically in order of how things will come. Okay, we like to do that. I need to make clear that at times we might be like, oh, we actually really want to get Arena in right now. We're actually like, we should probably, like this feels like it would be a really good time to get this in. So we're going to move this up and move something back or whatever like that. That does happen, right? We're pretty confident this is the order things will come. But for example, please, like, if we like pop Arena in front of Herbalism, don't be like, oh my God, like they or like, I don't know actually, because we don't have dates. But you know what I mean? Please increase your microphone. It is maxed right now. I can talk a little closer, but you can also just turn me up. But because I don't have any other sounds playing, so it's not like you're trying to listen to me over like, I don't know, something else. I guess I have like the quietest music playing. I'll just turn that off. But I think it's incredibly quiet anyways, unless you guys want the music. 1, if you guys want the music. 2, if you guys would rather the music off. Okay. 1, if you want the music quietly in the background. 2, if you want it off. Okay, it's literally all 1s. So we're gonna get the music going here. Few 2s, few 3s. 3s are not relevant in this. Yeah, so anyways, continuing on, Northern Steps, more appearance customizations. This actually might come before Northern Steps. We're not sure yet, but this includes some more outfits. I know everyone is asking for, actually, I think it's in here. I think we added it. Two-handed sword, two-handed hammer, different dual wield combinations, and also just more alterations for a lot of different outfits as well. So yeah, that's something I'm looking forward to. Legacy spells, or legacy skills. I always say spells, but really skills is more accurate. This is a, when does arena mode arrive? Check out the roadmap that I'm looking at right now. Legacy skills we talked about a little bit yesterday, and it talks more about this below. Guild wars, which are related into guild forts. Guilds will fight on a battleground to claim the forts around the world map. That will be coming. Well, I can't give a date, but we want this to be coming when majority of players are in the later stages of the game. So this does not mean level 75, but it is when we feel like the majority of players are kind of at that point. Obviously, considering the fact that there's like thousands of new players every day. Well, right now, tens of thousands of new players every day. Offsetting that, I more mean like the like pace, the average pace, I guess, you know, that's kind of what we want, because these features do involve wanting a lot of people involved in them. So we don't want to be putting it in when there's like 2 guilds that are all like max, right? And everyone else is like, you know, that's not what we're looking for. So don't get me wrong, progression in Ravendawn is theoretically endless. And so if you are one of those top guilds, like, you will be able to continue to push, but we do want to make sure that average level is more in the later games, stages of the game. Guild strongholds come with this. These 3 features likely will all come together. There is a chance that maybe one comes first. Well, guild wars and forts will definitely come together because they're related. There's a chance that maybe strongholds comes first, but it is most likely that all 3 of these come together. After that, it will be a major content patch. We already have plans on what this is. It is already prepared, and it will be, you know, in the end of the day, we want to release content in certain stages, and this will be a major late game content patch, a huge one. And then with that, and again, there's a chance that maybe we decide let's put in arena before this major content patch, just so you guys understand. But again, our roadmaps are always up for when we think things need to go in, but we like to share what our general ideas, what our general plan is with you guys. Major content, herbalism and alchemy. Most of you guys can put 2 and 2 together with that. This is something that we really want to get in, and we already have a good design for it and how it's going to work. But we just didn't feel like it was worth sneaking in for launch anymore because of just how much impact it has. But it's something to look forward to as well. Leaderboard and arena. Leaderboard is obviously something that there's a very good chance that we allow people to gather this data through an API and allow the third-party website to do a leaderboard before we do it. But this would be like a built in-game leaderboard. And so, yeah. And then with that also, and this would track like not just level. This would track like we probably wanted to do everything. We wanted to do fun stuff like the most amount of fish caught, the heaviest fish caught, the strongest graded blacksmithing item crafted. It wouldn't just be like the highest blacksmithing, highest level. There's a lot of cool stuff we want to do with that. You know, most certain rarity of raven cards, things like that. Most trade packs delivered. Yeah. And then the last one is arena. A lot of you guys already played the arena quite a bit. We temporarily took it out of the game for launch and for the last open beta. But truth is, people are just playing a lot of arena, and we were like, hey, we want people to be testing. And then for launch, we're like, we don't think it needs to be in at launch. And while the arena system already worked really good and structurally wise, it worked really good, there's some things that we'd want to add to it to make it play a little bit more in the way that we'd like to see it play. And so there's some improvements we want to make with it. And this is definitely something that feels like it is a very late game feature. And so that's why it is so deep in the list, even though it's really not like a huge amount at this point to do. It's just because we don't feel like it is as important as getting in like, you know, guild wars and guild forts, and stuff like that. So. Will there be gear normalization in arena? Our plan right now, and this very well could change, is to offer both. Is to offer normalized arena and non-normalized arena, and probably make like the normalized arena. I'm not gonna comment too much because I know anything I say is gonna trigger one side. I'm gonna say one route, and half those people are gonna be triggered. Say the other route, the other half are gonna be triggered. So I'm not even gonna mention it. I'll let that 50% that doesn't like it to voice that once we announce it, as they will. But I don't need to take heat twice because one side likes this, because this is like the most divisive thing ever, right? 50% of people love one thing, 50% of people love the other thing. Listen, I've been a WoW player, a WoW Arena player for long enough. I know, okay, I've seen the arguments. I've seen the wars that happen in WoW PvP, okay? In the forum or in the Reddit. A world of PvP, right? Sorry. got them. Well, I'm not on it for a long time because I haven't played WoW Arena in a while. But yeah, I was never rank 1. No. Goddamn, rank what? Like, set me up with a softball and say like gladiator, but you go straight to rank 1. God damn, that's brutal. You set me up for a loss there. Okay. Solo shuffle when? Yeah, seriously. Listen, I thought solo shuffle. Okay, sorry, I'm not gonna keep talking about this because most of you guys don't give a shit about this. Okay, only major features, systems, content are shown on the roadmap. Smaller features, content drops, balances are not mentioned, as this image would have to be 50 times the size to include everything we have coming. Really important to mention, guys. Like, obviously, like community land, the Aether stone change, like all these things are not on here because they are less significant, and so we just don't post them on here because this image would have to be like, we'd have like 50 of these, like it would, like for everything, right, that we want to add in, including like new hunting spawns, new quests, stuff like that. Like there's gonna be a lot of stuff that gets, you know, drip fed that isn't like larger, like Northern Steps opened or major content patch that will be like, okay, we added this new addition to the world map, and you guys can go down there, do a couple quests, here's some spawns, stuff like that. Oh yeah, listen, call to action. Now I want to hear from you. Please share in the Discord with everyone what upcoming roadmap feature you're most excited about. Go do it. Go do it. Let us know. Let us know what we should move from one side to the front, okay? Limited edition bundles. Many of you have been asking for us to add a way to support us more than just $8. First off, we hope you understand this means the world to us. That you feel this way. We feel we made an amazing game here, and we are excited to expand and grow for years and hopefully decades to come. I talked about this in length in past streams. Obviously, we've been getting a lot of messages like this, and I mentioned very clearly yesterday what I'm about to. Well, I guess I can just keep reading. While we had these cosmetic bundles prepared for launch, we did not feel comfortable allowing users to purchase anything from us until we first upheld our promise, duty, and expectation to all of you, making sure that the servers were stable and everyone is having a smooth and enjoyable experience playing Ravendawn. I talked about this yesterday in the stream before the maintenance that fixed 99% of the lag issues. Don't get me wrong, there's still stuff that we're improving, but it's dramatically better, as everyone knows. I mentioned how like we did have this prepared. We planned to drop it on launch. We had issues. We didn't feel comfortable monetizing any other way when we had stuff to handle. You know, while obviously it wouldn't take a lot of time for us to toss it up, take us 20 minutes. It just felt wrong to us to be like, hey, we know shit is bad and we know there's a lot of problems, but here is a way that you can spend more money. It just felt really weird to us. So we made a commitment to ourselves in the studio that we would first get that under control before we added these. And so I hope that comes across to you guys and you understand that's how we're going to try and tackle everything, right? It is about the game first. You know, we do not have shareholders or a publisher to appease to. We can do things as long as we are self-sufficient and we think it is best for the game. We can do things in that order. And that is a huge luxury in the game industry, especially in the MMORPG industry. And we are very grateful for that. And because of that, we will exercise that, and we will make sure to continue to put the player experience above our pockets or our studio's pockets. Get your bundle here now. We also have this really cool baby demon companion. He has this cool animation. You can see it on the website. And we will be giving away 100 of those as well. Adventure Trailblazer bundles will be available for a limited time, so don't miss your chance to secure yours. Oh yeah, a little message from me that I typed up. We hope this last week has shown our passion, dedication, and commitment to you all and how much Ravendawn means to this team. We will not let you down. Thank you so much for your support and us building Ravendawn bigger and better for decades to come. Guys, we really mean this from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you for your trust. Thank you for believing in us to get the issues solved and for any further issues that come up. And the reception that we've had has been something we could never have imagined. And we are confident that we have built a game that will stand the test of time, and we truly feel like we have a game here that will be a staple MMORPG for in a perfect world decades to come. And I think the way that the last week has gone, our team truly believes that at this point, that we will be around for decades to come. And then, yeah, the usual, to receive your badge and name color in Discord. We have these cool badges, and also Trailblazer name color. Just so you know, if you are a Diamond Pack supporter or any other pack supporter from the past, these badges will appear as well with your name. So if you have like a gold pack or a diamond pack, you will get whatever badge as well next to your name. Also, I want to give a quick shout out. By the way, I might say your name wrong. I don't know if it's Maze or Massey, M-A-S-E. Quick shout out to him for actually making these icons. Very, very much appreciate that. And I just wanted to give him a quick shout out in front of, I guess 3,600 people. And all the other streams that are watching, hello to you guys. I've said it 100 times before. You're welcome to have my stream up on your stream. I don't care if you want to commentate over it, walk away from it, whatever you guys want to do. Sharing with your community is all we ask for, or more than enough, I guess, is more what I meant to say. We're not here to collect ad revenue from the viewers that we have on our 1 hour Twitch stream. So yeah, just wanted to mention that. Because sometimes we get DMs every single day, especially when I go live. And like right now, I can't open any of these. I'm sorry, just because there's too many. But it's usually people just saying like, "Hey, can I restream or whatever?" And love you guys too. By the way, again, thank you so much for all the kind words and positive things, guys. It means a lot. I see it. It's just to the side. I keep like looking. That's why I keep looking to the left. Middle of my screen is where the notes or the news post is. So that's what I'm reading. But I keep looking to the left to reach at. So I see it, and it means a lot to us, especially myself. Uh-oh. Missing an A, Neos. Uh-oh. He's on thin ice. Thin ice, guys. I don't know. Who's gonna bear the bad news to him? I think Twitch chat should do it. I think like the adult way would be I do like a recording of Twitch chat telling him he's fired. Additionally, for anyone who or maybe he's just trying to like make me sound like a pirate here. He's hoping that I'm just like teleprompter read it and be like, additionally, for anyone who hasn't seen yet, our recently implemented a buff to community instance land yesterday, January 21st, increasing the amount of farm tiles for players level 25. I hope you guys could get through my cringe pirate there, but yeah, we implemented a small buff to community land yesterday that I know a lot of people really love. Instead of having to be level 35 for that amount of tiles, you're now level 25. But this is not all. Just wait, there's more. While yes, we want finite brackets open world land, a lot of people don't understand that community land is instanced. They just hear like land and they, so while yes, we want finite brackets open world land to have an edge over community bracket instance lands, we want this gap to be smaller than it is now. And soon, hopefully in the next 24 to 48 hours, we will be increasing the size of community land from 7x7 to 8x7. The reason for this is not only to provide slightly more tiles of farmland, but also better allow placing of 2x2 animal pens and trees. With this, community land will be 3 less tiles in finite land. To be clear, this is a huge part of it. We understand that this was very frustrating for a lot of people because they're like, I can't put I have like these dead tiles on the side if I want to do like husbandry. So that is a huge reason for why we did 8x7 to ensure finite land keeps a slight edge as intended. And to be clear, finite land guys will always be slightly better. Okay, we have that intentionally in the game. We will add like the ability to sell and buy land from other players in the future. People will move up to medium and large lands, stuff like that. Keep that in mind. But we always want it to have a slight edge that is intended because it is finite. But we also want to make sure that community land players feel like they are right there. They're within spitting distance. But it also is a motivator to get finite land one day. We've already seen a ton of players like selling finite land to other players and stuff like that. In the future, we'll have a better way to facilitate that. So it's not a trust basis, but keep in mind, there's games that have mechanics like that take years to add like actual built-in command. But we will get this in as soon as possible. To ensure finite land keeps the slight edges intended, it will have these additional tiles 5% more tiles. Currently has 3 extra tiles, so 5% more. As well as have 25% cheaper cost to place things in your finite land. So we will be doing a slight change with this. We will actually be taking half and half from each. So we will be reducing the cost of placing things on finite land by 12.5%, or roughly it's going to be in that range, and increasing the cost on community land by 12.5%. And this again is to ensure that finite land does have an edge. There's a reason to have it, but also ensure that community land people are like, okay, I can place animal pens without pulling hair out. Yeah, everyone's asking when it's here, but that's okay. I understand that. I mean, to be fair, I do have it open in English, so there's probably like Portuguese and Polish people that are like, listen, man, I don't know what you're like. I don't know, or they see someone say it in their language and they, whatever. So I get it. It's not always just because people aren't reading, but most of the time it is. Lastly, we also want to make sure all community land owners also have access to housing on their community land. This is a huge feature of the game and important to us that everyone gets their own house to experience this part of Ravendawn. This will take longer for us to add, as it is a quite complex system to instance your house that can then be modified, customized, decorated, and more. So please be patient with this. The team is already working on it. Once it is through the QA process, we will announce it to everybody. Guys, this is a lot more complex than like adding more tiles. This is tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of houses that are kind of in a way stacked on top of each other. And a house has, a community land has a tile and then a plant on it, right? Houses have wall assets, floor assets, decorations. You can customize your house and change rooms and upgrade your house. It is a way more complex system. It will take us some time, but we will make sure that all community land, so instance land, will have a house. So if you don't have a house, please don't fret, guys. It is like our number 1 feature we're working on. It is not even on the roadmap because it is ahead of everything on this roadmap. Okay, it is right here. It is there. So I don't know if you guys can see my mouse. Actually, I don't think you can. It is on the left side of Northern Steps. Oh, sorry, that's not it. Yeah, Aether Stone changes. Another huge requested thing. I think this is actually coming in like the next maintenance. I think like tomorrow or the day after. Maybe I'm wrong. Apologies, team, if you guys just had a spike of panic, but it's coming incredibly soon. Oh, you can see it. Oh, cool. Sweet. Continuing the saga of improving the gameplay experience according to what we hear and see from our players, we understand that many of you feel frustrated by the fact that their progress in Aether Stones can easily be stolen by another player that is passing by. Our game design team is already working to make the experience of interacting with Aether Stones better, but without harming their initial purpose, which is to bring even more dynamism and fun to hunts. In the next couple of days, we will be planning a change to Aether Stones where they will require 8 seconds to be shattered and absorbed, a complete Aether Stone instead of 5 seconds. However, with that, Aether Stones will have a 5-second grace period where the owner of the stone can interact with it, starting or absorbing it. So what this basically means, guys, is instead of being 5 seconds to channel, it will be 8. And those first 5 seconds, you will have a grace period. The reason why we did it this way is because the intention of Aether Stones is in PvP areas, people will fight over them. And this will happen. And that's why we have that, because you will still get that grace period, but you can be attacked and it can be broken during that time. However, in PvE zones, that will not happen because you'll have 5 extra seconds. I mean, if you're lolly, exclamation mark Raven Packs doesn't do anything. Don't make us time it out. Don't make us time it out. Stop, or we're timing you all out. I even see streamers in there doing it. Unbelievable. They spam because they think they get free shit if they spam. It's hive mind shit, okay? One person does it. Yeah, spam exclamation mark Jerry3. Do that. Oh my God, is Jerry streaming? Could this be the day? Could this be the day? Let's check. Oh, I hope he's not. It'll be funnier if he's not. Oh, damn it, he is. Shit, okay. Okay, never mind. It would have been way funnier if he wasn't. Okay. This will still allow players to fight over Aether Stones in PvP zones while ensuring players are not blindly robbed Aether Stones in PvP. I know this has been heavily requested. Getting it in. Celebrate. Legacy skills. Many of you want to know more about how the end game content of Ravendawn looks like, we're happy to share that legacy skills are one of the mechanics that players will dive into when they reach level 75. 75 plus, but I mean, technically it is 75, as no one is close to 75 yet, and won't be for quite some time. One thing, guys, we want to let you guys know, progression slows down. Okay, level 75 is not when the game begins. It is a journey throughout it. We tried very hard to actually kind of model it very similar to classic WoW in the terms of progress. And so understand that if you see someone, you're like, oh my God, they're 10 levels higher than me, I'm so far behind. Understand that it slows down. Okay. And we want that, and we want a strong long-term experience. And at 75, that is when there's also a shit ton of stuff waiting for you guys. But we want the whole journey to be filled with fun moments and exciting moments. So no one is close to 75 yet, and won't be for quite some time. We have left it out for the moment, but as players get closer to later game stages of Ravendawn, we will add legacy skills for everyone to see in their archetype trees. So we already have like the UI and stuff done for this. They are at the bottom of your tree. However, we just left it out for launch because, one, it just kind of would confuse people a little bit more, and also we don't necessarily need to throw everything in your face on launch. And so yeah, but as people get closer to that point, to be clear, you will not get to 75 and be like, oh, there's no legacy skills yet. It'll be, as people start getting closer to that point, we will add them into the game. God damn. See, everyone now is doing Jerry 3 with the wrong Jerry. It doesn't do anything, guys. I'm sorry. Jerry 3 doesn't do anything either, even if you spelled it right. Discord weekly patron giveaway. This does, though. This does. So this is stuff that you can get. Okay, so if you're spamming in chat, this is something that you actually can get. So pay attention, okay? Because I bet half these people are not going to pay attention because they're too busy spamming, and then they're gonna actually miss on something. Discord weekly patron giveaway. So we have added functionality to the client, because we have to add that on our side to send it to Discord, where now Discord will automatically detect you are playing Ravendawn. This feature is off by default, I believe. So you do have to turn it on, and you're welcome to not turn it on. It's not going to automatically happen unless you have that on. But every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific time, we will post this in Discord probably tomorrow as well with hammer time. So you'll see whatever your time zone is. But 11 a.m. Pacific time, we will be giving away a year of patron to somebody from our Discord that has playing Ravendawn as their activity status. For this Wednesday, so in 2 days, like less than 48 hours, we will be giving away 10 of these. Okay. It takes 15 seconds to do and is fully automatic once you set it up. We have an image showing how to set it up. It's literally 3 clicks and you're done. After that, it is completely automatic and you never have to think about it again. Winners will be selected at random day and time during the week from our Discord, then announced on Wednesday each week in the events channel in our Discord. And we'll tag the person, by the way, so you won't miss it. But to be clear, guys, this will be randomly grabbed throughout the week. So don't think like, okay, switch it at 11 a.m. on Wednesday or whatever. That is not how it'll work. It'll be random throughout the week. We might grab it on Friday at midnight. We might grab it, whenever. I've never won anything. Well, hey, God bless, brother. I hope. I haven't really won much in my life either, but I don't really, yeah. But I think like the odds of winning stuff in most things is tough. So, but this week we have 10 of them, guys. These odds are insane, because 99% of you guys are gonna be too lazy to do this anyways. So, like I win all the time, Nick. Okay, Pat. So guys, this is how you do it. Super simple. And then the game client will automatically detect it. So you don't have to do anything after that. You don't have to change something in the game client. You just need to change in your Discord. Global chats. We already talked about this, but basically we are adding a legacy level 15 to reduce spammers and silver sellers. We also, we did a forum thread, guys, where you can suggest changes to the chat UI. We already got a shit ton of changes there. We have it probably enough, but we are going to be probably kind of like redoing a lot of the chat UI to be better, because we understand a lot of the UI people love, and that is the one though that people don't love. And so we will improve it a lot. We already have some like very simple improvements that will be huge. For quality of life and functionality, because listen, even us staff kind of, when we're using it, we're like, oh, this kind of feels shitty. So we will improve it a ton. And also with that, we have some big improvements to global chats coming as well. Improving the fact that like we understand, guys, that there is so much language crossover happening, and that is because the truth is the global chat thing is a little bit confusing on how it behaves and stuff, and we get that, and so we're going to improve that, and that'll have huge. That's why like people are like, oh, like start banning people that are talking the wrong language. Truth is, a lot of them are just kind of confused by it because it is a little bit confusing. It's not set up the best, and we will definitely improve that, and like probably do like a lock where you're in a certain global chat and that's it. Not necessarily, but yeah, or at least make it difficult to just switch between. Anyways, we also want to add like a looking for group channel, and a help channel and stuff like that. So it'll come. Okay. I improve global chat by turning it off. To be fair, I turn off global chat in most games too. We probably will also make it like opt in, so you don't just automatically have it, or at least you have to open a channel for it. Yeah. And then another fun message from your boy. After an incredibly exciting launch week, there's nothing more special to us than sharing with the community what awaits them in the near future. We can't thank you enough for everyone's patience and trust in what we're creating here. This is just the beginning of an epic adventure. So yeah, I'll do a really quick recap, and then I think we give away some patrons. I think we do some marbles until the servers are back up, which will be very soon here, guys. Just bear with us. But we will do some giveaways, so you guys can spam then. Okay, we'll have lots of fun spam. Yeah, I'm just gonna do a quick reiteration for everybody. Why not a 1 minute grace period on Aether zones? We mentioned in here why we wouldn't want to do that. So yeah. Yeah, so we talk about the roadmap, what's next, boom, hype, fun, go check it out. We tell you to go join the Discord and share it. We talk about our limited edition bundles. I'm not going to talk too much on these. I probably talked enough about it. Plug for our team though. This kind of stuff really does support us, guys. And if you like the stuff we're doing and the way we're doing things the way we are, this is how you can let us know, and this is how you can show us that this is a model that you guys want to see us do long term, which is cosmetics, focusing on that and making sure that we make really cool stuff for you guys to show off in the game. Community land improvements, we know this is a huge one, so please read this if you are asking this. I can't wait to end this live stream and go in the Discord and get tagged 87 times in the next 2 hours, to be probably realistic. People saying, what about community land? Aether stone changes, yay. Legacy skills, wow, nice video. Discord weekly patron giveaway. If you say you guys don't win any, you've never won anything, this is your chance to change that. You can take your destiny in your own hands. Don't let fate decide, or some cool cat like saying there. Global chats, silver sellers, spammers, we get this, guys. Yeah, we get it, and these changes will be coming today. And by the way, this will be live when the servers are back up, so you guys can already make these changes. Go do it. What else are you doing? You're sitting here listening to me talk about Ravendawn. Go spend 15 seconds. Okay, there you go. Wow, look at that, amazing. Now we are going to load up marbles, and during that I will answer some more questions, and we will give away some patrons. We have no plans for another server right now, or another world. Do you guys have plans to launch seasonal servers like BDO? Possibly. That'd be stuff down the road. I think seasonal servers in BDO are really cool. It's why I started playing BDO at one point again. It's why almost all my friends started playing BDO at one point again, because we're like, oh shit, like we can actually go play without everyone being insane. But this is not something that we would be looking to do like next month. Planning to merge servers? Absolutely not. This was kind of funny because when we announced the second world, right? Keep in mind, this is 15 to 20 worlds of players. Hold on, sorry, I'm getting this message from staff. So, it's just data. I'm just getting sent a lot of data. Wait, did I not go all the way up when I was? Oh, I didn't go all the way up. Yeah, lots of viewers. Yay. Go watch your favorite streamer. Get drops. We might have new drops coming soon, so make sure you get the current ones. When we announced the second world, so many people were like, oh my god, like, are you gonna have to merge them in a week? That second world now is at max population, so please understand that there will not be one probably ever, because even if we had like 2 channels open one day, this is still like the same, if not double the player base on most games like worlds or servers. Obviously with limitations, there's some games that have like 40,000 players on one, obviously. But if you're looking at a lot of games that are comparable to us, one of our channels has like 20 times the players on some of their worlds. Like if you take their bottom 20 worlds, one of our channels has more players than like 20 of those worlds. To be clear, they're bottom ones, not their top populated ones. But anyways, I just want to make it like really understood that we have so many channels per world. There are so many goddamn players. Even if 99% of those quit, which it has been the absolute opposite, where we continue to have more people every single day. Even if 99% of them quit, or 99% would be a lot. If 90% of them quit, we would still have a ton of players. What the... Jukes, what are you doing in here? Why are you spamming play? You know better. You're a streamer. You know this is just hive mind crap where one guy says play and now everyone says play. And now I see like a 4,000 viewer streamer spamming play. This is unacceptable. Everyone tag Jukes so it blows up his chat. That's actually really mean of me to say, but still do it. Any Ravendawn APIs in the future for fan pages? Yeah, we very likely will. We already have our own internal one for the wiki, but oh, I should shout out the wiki guys. Oh wait, no, the engineers told me somebody to shout out, and they'll kill me if I don't mention it because it drives them nuts. First, I'm gonna shout out the wiki guys. The wiki is on our website. Please, if you have a question on something, guys, go to the wiki. There are so many answers to common questions there, and we categorize it nicely. There's also a new player video on the Discord and on the wiki. It covers pretty much every single feature in the game in order that you experience it. Okay, but now before I forget, guys, we understand that every 30 minutes there is a lag spike when the worlds save. We are working on fixing this, and that will hopefully come in the next few days. Or improving this, because it's not really a fix. We're rewriting how it works to be smoother. However, one thing you guys got to know, when our world saves or freezes, the creatures freeze too. So you are not dying during this time. The reason why I mention this is because what most people do, and what I do too in games, is you panic and you start spamming buttons. This will rate limit you and kick you during that time. So the only thing you should do when it's lagging is don't press any keys and just chill, because the creatures are frozen too. They're not murdering you. You're not dying. Everyone's frozen the exact same duration. And if you do spam keys, it'll disconnect you, and that is how you will die. So if you are in one of those lag spikes, just chill. Don't spam your keyboard, okay? NA servers, please. Well, I'm glad you asked because we have them. So, okay, marbles time, because everyone's hitting play anyways. That happened to me. Yeah, it happens to a lot of people. I've seen it happen to streamers where they're like, oh my God, I'm lagging. And they like start spamming keys. And again, I can relate. Even when the programming team told me this, like, tell them not to do it. I'm like, guys, I would do it too. Like you panic, right? But doing that will get you kicked. And if you don't, the creatures are just gonna be frozen. You're gonna be frozen. I get that. It's still gonna be annoying. Don't get me wrong. But yeah. Okay, we're doing a different map this time. The map we did last time, Elite to Remember, was sick. But you can vote with exclamation mark and the number on the map that you want to do. So vote for the map you want. We will not do a Leap to Remember or a Laboratory because we've done it. And there's a few that I know suck, so we won't do those. But last time you guys voted for a Leap to Remember, and it was super cool. I think a lot of people, when they do the vote... Oh, now people... Speedrun. That sounds boring, though. Is it just like a straight one? Actually, that could be fun. That actually could be fun. Okay, but don't vote for the one that everyone's voting for, okay? Vote for the one if you know one to vote for. Don't. Okay. This is what we're going to do, guys, because I'm here with you guys until the servers are back up. Okay. I will be the one to share it with you guys. And because of that, that means we are going to do, multiple races. Okay. Because I'm here to stall. Okay. I'm here to hang out and to stall. If you are in YouTube chat, you need to join Twitch chat for this, okay, for this race. As usual, first 1,000 to get in, you guys will be in. We are doing... we will do the top 10 are going to get a month patron. By the way, I say this about 18 times before the race and after the race and during the race. If you win, you will get DM'd on Twitch. Do not DM us. Do not DM me on Discord. Yesterday we had 50 winners and I had like 10 DMs of people opening tickets. People like, I want, give it. You will get your code within 24 to 48 hours after this stream. Our CM team can't always get to it right away. They have a lot of stuff they're handling as well. Usually they get it out pretty quick, but I don't like to say like, okay, you guys gotta get out in the next hour because they might have stuff to work on. But if you guys open a ticket or you DM me, if you DM me asking for it, I will block you. If you open a ticket, we will, I don't know, we probably won't ban you, but we'll be angry. We'll be annoyed. We might ban you. Depends how annoying you are in the ticket. I heard if you sub to Jerry, you have a higher chance to win. That is actually not true. However, there are rumors of that, but I want to debunk those rumors here officially. The only way you actually are faster is you have to follow this channel. You have to follow our Twitch category. That is actually more important than following this channel. You have to bonus points if you follow like the top 10 streamers in our category too. It gives you, I think, like 1% speed boost. And I think it's like 10% for following the category, but then also like our YouTube, our Instagram, our Twitter, you know, our Discord, those are all, I think, 5% speed boost as well. And also I think engaging with like our trailer on YouTube is a 5% as well. Like if you post like a comment or a like or something like that. So, and obviously everyone knows the bundle speed bonus of 50% if you have a bundle. So if you don't have a bundle, you can get it right now on our website, and get that 50% speed bonus before we roll these. So you ban people for being frustrated in tickets? No, we generally don't. Usually when someone says we are being frustrated in tickets, usually what they mean is when we open that, when they DM me and they're like, hey, this guy banned me unrightfully. I open it up and he dropped the N-word or some shit. Almost every single fucking time that is the case. Someone says, oh my God, why'd you, I didn't do anything. And then we open it up and you did. Or sometimes you're just a complete unreasonable asshole, and we'll also ban that. And that is fine. Our staff aren't paid and required to have people say shit about them, call them different profanities. That is not their role. Their role is to help you guys. And if that impedes on it because you're calling them certain things, then I've told them you don't have to help that person because, and again, there's a very big difference between being frustrated, guys. It is okay to be frustrated about something. There's a big difference between that and what usually people mean when they say I got banned for being frustrated. Usually that is their shield when they want to cry wolf. So, all right, there's a better term for it. I don't remember what the correct term is. There's a better term where when you're like, oh, cry bully. That's what it is. Yeah. They like to cry bully or whatever. I think that's what it is. Okay. Let's do a marbles race. Guys, we shouldn't even be doing this because I promised you, I'd tell you when the servers are up, and the servers are up, but we're going to do it anyways. First 1,000 to get in here, !play in Twitch chat. You guys are going to have a chance to win 10 patron codes, okay? 1 month codes. You will get DM'd on Twitch. Do not DM our staff. Do not open tickets about this. Do not tag us. You will get it on Twitch. If you do not get it within 24 hours, then you can open up a ticket and message us and we will make sure you're helped. But yeah, you'll see your name on the list. And again, our staff, we have a VOD of this. We will use that VOD to make sure that you are, that you get your code. Oh my God, is my Discord going to crash? Shit. I think my Discord's going to crash. God damn it. And then when I'm done here, guys, I'm going to be rating Jerry. I was going to rate him yesterday, but he freaking went offline. And so I will be rating Jerry. He is an English content creator, a Dutch brother, I guess you could say as well. I am Canadian and I'm born and raised Canadian, but my dad was Dutch. And with that, I'm going to be rating him. I understand that we have a huge part of this audience that is Portuguese and Polish, and you may not want to go watch the English creator. But anyone who is here and wants to watch English creator, I encourage you to watch him. He is in a pretty good guild, and they are pushing a lot of content. And so I'm sure you'll have fun watching him. And please spam him with questions. I think that's really important, that you make sure that he feels overwhelmed and overspammed. Please be doing that. Okay, we're gonna start the race. Start, go. Also, yes, servers are up, guys. Go log in. We're gonna do this race and then I'm gonna hop off. I thought I was gonna have to stall for a bit and then turns out I didn't. So fun. Good luck, good luck, good luck, good luck. I hope this race is not too long. There was one race we did one time that was like, I didn't realize it, but it was like one of the weird ones that was like 6 minutes or some shit and it just lasted forever. It was the worst. I was trying to hop off too, but top 10 guys, top 10 are going to win. Godspeed. Again, guys, you do have one last chance to get a speed boost by subscribing to our YouTube, following this Twitch channel, following the Twitch category, following the top 10 creators, or you know what, we'll even say like top 50 creators in our category. Of course, bundle bonus. What else do we have? You know, just all the things that you would assume would make you faster in this game without any actual integration for that. So, you know, I joke about it every time, but it does work. Every time we have a shit ton of people that so I don't know if it's just the call to action or if I am that convincing as I smirk and laugh while saying it. But all right, let's go. Oh, so we got some stragglers. Also, Jukes was in here earlier. If you don't know who Jukes is, that would be shocking, first of all, if you're Portuguese, but go give him a follow. Amazing creator, and did a lot of Ravendawn coverage, which has been a huge blessing to us and something that we could never imagine and also could never afford. So, you know, that coverage is really special to us. So the least we can do is shout him out and tell you to go follow him. It is, I believe it is literally just Jukes. I think it's literally just /JUKES. I think his like Instagram or something is like Jukes LOL or something. I think there's something that's different because I always want to say Jukes LOL, but it is just straight up Jukes. Oh, and when you follow him, go bully him to play Ravendawn, okay? Okay, we have the top 10 already. You can see them if your name is right there. Congratulations. Within the next 24 hours, you will be DM'd on Twitch a code. Do not DM us. Otherwise, guys, I hope you guys have a shit ton of fun. We have a lot of exciting things coming and things already that came in today. Again, your support means the world to us, whether that is literally buying a bundle or patron or cosmetics or whatever. But if you cannot do that, just sharing the word about our project is huge for us and means the world. And we thank you for doing that. That is going to be everything, guys. I hope you guys have a ton of fun and you guys hop back in and yeah, we're going to continue working hard for you guys. We will stay vigilant. We have not, we are, oh my God, Dr. Disrespect quote. I haven't seen his shit in like 5 years, but it was like, what is it? Like, I'm at the top of a mountain, but I'm only halfway up, or whatever the hell. Something like that is relevant here. You know, we got a lot to do still, but we're very excited about the steps and the position that we're in right now. So thank you so much for your support. Thank you for sharing the word. We will talk to you guys later. Have a ton of fun playing Ravendawn.